Meet Leo. Leo is a backpacking, infected-slaying badass who wakes up half dead next to a crashed helicopter. His two friends are just sleeping. Sleeping. Nope, they dead. Real dead. He might die too. Leo has one plan: to escape the island. Will he make it in 30 days? Let's find out.
A vector right off the bat. Come on, Leo. What you got? Riot shoes. Very handy. Very footy, should I say.
Leo's first goal is to head west towards the supermarket. A genius modern invention, the supermarket. Everything you could ever need. Leo is a thirsty boy, and he could do with a tin of Spam too. The first car Leo touches lets out a screeching car alarm, and he almost dies of a heart attack before the run has even started. Leo beheads the first infected he comes across with one swing of the axe. Get in, Leo. You're a legend already.
Nice shot, Leo. Very nice shot. Expert marksman, Leo. Expert marksman. Takes the heads clean off.
Bag. He pushes on through the rain with his new loot and finds a little house with a bed inside. Leo snuggles down under the covers and listens to the rain on the corrugated roof and the growling infected monsters outside. Leo's second day begins with some pumping. No, not like that. His air rifle is a little low on pressure.
Pump, 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 Leo, pump.
After pumping all morning, he kills some more zombies and continues on through the wasteland. He reaches the supermarket before midday.
Just a few zombies down here, I think, Leo. Nothing you can't handle with your incredible skills.
The supermarket is overflowing with goods and bottles and even an infected or two. And Spam. So much delicious Spam.
Where did you come from? Did it come from? Snuck up on me.
Stop for some Spam. So it turns out these buckets are extremely rare because you can't currently produce them in-game. Leo doesn't know this. He will later regret leaving it in the supermarket.
Probably stay in the supermarket tonight.
After a glorious day of Spam and forgotten buckets, Leo unrolls his sleeping bag on the cold, hard tiles. He dreams of the Spam, of its wet, meaty hands closing around his throat. Spam. Sleep, little Leo, sleep. On the morning of the third day, the Spam god said it shall rain, and it is raining, and Leo wants to lay in his sleeping bag all day and eat Spam. Don't we all? But he gets up and gets moving. His task today is to find a working vehicle, so he heads south to the car park.
Bear is chasing the deer. Other that than me. Oh, hello, folks. The rain has stopped. Catch our breath. Wow. So many cars here.
Leo is in awe. So many cars, so many wheels and turny bits and shiny windows. He doesn't know much about cars, but he reckons he can get one working. He begins the epic task of checking the internal workings of every single vehicle in the parking lot.
One of these cars, surely.
Fuel. Fuel. It's an excellent start. In like one of the third cars that Leo checked, he feels unbelievably lucky.
Now we're just looking for a car with a better engine.
Leo finds this police car that has pretty good durability and just needs a wheel. He grabs one from another car and fills it up with petrol. However, it's dark and he spent all day looking for parts. Leo can't get a fire started and doesn't want to venture too far at night, so he falls asleep next to his new set of wheels. Come to remember this car. It will be here for a very, very long time. A hero of the journey, a symbol of perseverance, of strength, and Leo's best friend, Perry, the police car.
Woken up by the rain. It's okay. You slept for a long time. We have wheels.
Leo jumps behind the wheel of Perry. There's one thing you should know about cars in Zed Zone. They are totally busted. They can break down fences, trees, destroy Zeds, whatever you want. Perry is going to be an absolute hero in this run, and if you are trying your own 100-day challenge in Zed Zone, get a car as soon as you possibly can. Anyway, Leo fills up the back of the car with loot, and this gives you a chance to see what he's got in his hands so far, and then he heads through the woods to the petrol station to the east, and he has to deal with a few infected zombies in the storm on his way. Ouch! At the petrol station, Leo is attacked by a bear. Thankfully, Leo has his best buddy Perry to help. Kill the bear. Oh, that's brilliant. Fill the car with bear meat. Leo stuffs the back of the car full to the brim with bear meat. Delicious, delicious bear meat. Then he grabs some fuel from the pumps and settles down for the night in the supermarket next to the petrol station. Leo dreams of Spam and bears and a beautiful car called Perry. Sleep, little Leo. Leo spends the majority of the next morning filling his pockets with Spam and juice and other colourful things. His next quest is to head south to the gun shop, which is deep in a radioactive area. Thankfully, he has his mask and, of course, Perry. After filling the car with guns and attachments and ammo, he heads out of the radioactive zone before he grows another eyeball. He sets up camp with a bonfire to cook his meat in. It's cozy in there, and he falls asleep easy, with the smell of barbecue bear meat in his nostrils. On the morning of day 6, Leo makes plans to head north to the vendor. On the way, he encounters his first true horror of the adventure. A monster, the breaker, the heaving tank, a horrible infected that can kill you in 2 or 3 hits. He drives on, not keen to get involved right now, and sells a couple of bits and pieces at the vendor. Then he begins the epic trek to the east to visit the fabled location of the escape boat, the seaside. When he gets there, he realizes he's going to need a load of stuff. Ah, so that's what the big plastic bucket's for. I see. So he heads south to find somewhere to set up base. Upon a little bit of my own research, I realised that you can't actually escape in this game yet. There are missing items from the list required, and there's nowhere to find them. I imagine these will be added later in the game. So unfortunately, little Leo is stuck on the island, but let's just make do with what we've got. We can improve Leo's life. The first thing we need is somewhere to call home. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? It's got like a windmill on his head. Leo decides that he wants his base to be as far away as possible from that windmill-headed freak, so he keeps on driving. He finds a temporary spot that is a bit radioactive, so he has to sleep close to the door, and he hopes that no infected wake him in the night. On day 7, Leo heads west and stumbles across something truly horrific. A pile of corpses, some shrouded, others covered in crows and rats. It is hideous. Of course, he has to get a closer look. The place is also riddled with infected, including this weird elephant guy with a really long schnoz. This is nothing Perry can't handle, of course. The bolder little Geodude guy took a real beating though, even with Perry. Leo wades through the slushy of dead bodies. The stench is unbearable. The cawing of the crows is like an orchestra. He can't do anything. He can hardly move. Perry crunches over the corpses to the hospital. The sound of the infected is loud and unnerving. He clears them out outside and finds a katana on one of the dead bodies. Amazing. His trusty new slicer. He'll call it Red. Inside the hospital, the lights flicker and Leo is terrified. The medicinal stench is overwhelming. He loots the place, then turns a corner, and oh my god, the windmill head. Leo turns and runs. The monster is destroying everything in its path. God. He flees, he runs. Oh, sweet Perry. Go, go, go. Okay, I'm going. I'm going out here. See ya, buddy. After a long, hard day, Leo finds the perfect house. With a bed, windows intact, everything he needs right here. It's on the edge of a small town, far from too many dangers. He puts down a workbench to get himself started in his new home. Leo cuts down trees, collects the wood, and all of a sudden he's surviving in a different way. It's a very different mood. Leo lights a fire, then settles into the warmth of an actual bed in his actual home with a roof over his head. Well done, Leo. He falls asleep easily and full of warmth. Day 8 is a homesteading day. He empties the car and does inventory management. Yes, that is literally all he does all day. Zed Zone does not have the best inventory management system. In fact, I'd go as far to say that it's pretty awful. But Leo likes organising, putting things where they need to go, and he gets it done. Sort of. There's still a lot of meat in the gun locker. On day 9, Leo crafts a filtered drinking bottle so he can finally fulfill his lifelong ambition to drink from a puddle. He also unlocks the advanced workbench, furnace, does some simple mining with Perry, builds a furnace and settles down to bed. Iron plate, copper plate. Wow, now we are cooking. We need wood, nails, iron hammer. First, let's sleep. It is a hard-working, manual labour kind of day, and Leo is feeling good. Didn't even see a single infected today. Utter peace. On day 10, Leo cuts down more trees, builds a chemical workbench, and stumbles across an infected party that explodes into a pile of goo when he arrives. Whoa. Some strange thing coming out of his brain. Does our little Leo. Leo watches the crows eat the body of a dead infected outside the window, and he wonders if he will ever make it off this island. Leo does almost nothing on day 11, a lovely rainy day in the rain. Craft 3 of these filtered drinking bottles so that we can go and harvest the water from outside. I mean, they spawn with full water, so he does craft a few things and set up a cooking pot over the bonfire whilst also struggling with the impenetrable inventory management system in this goddamn game. Leo lives a relatively peaceful life now, crafting, building, simples. On day 12, Leo is feeling a bit claustrophobic, so he heads out of town to another supermarket. He spends most of the day and some of the evening just running everything over, including this horrible monster who Perry absolutely dismantles. And so Leo's life enters a period of rest, relaxation and somewhat semi-leisure. Is there any reason to continue living? Yes, he is. He must be, and I have a video to make. There is a drifting, distant feeling inside Leo. The car squish. He live. The monster die. So simple. Monsters everywhere. On day 13, Leo gets handy and crafts an electric katana that makes him look like a lightning bolt when he's running around. Seems pretty dodgy and he might just accidentally shock himself to death. Also does some much needed work to Perry, who has been ramming himself into various monsters for several days now. He uses a vehicle repair kit to update the transmission, gives his tyres a little kiss, strokes the headlights, climbs into the car. Ah yes, all the regular things you do. Then Leo crafts and looks at his stats. The only things that have any meaning left to him are these weird shapes and numbers and personal understanding of himself. What else will he do here in this apocalyptic world other than admire his own arms and fingers? Then Leo sleep. On day 14, he heads outside to test his new grappling hook. Test this out. How does it work? Wow. Cool, baby. That's good. He also crafts a grappling hook, and it's a lot of fun. He kind of feels like a child playing with a bunch of toys, surrounded by, obviously, gross, disgusting, hideous monsters. To celebrate approaching, or actually landing perfectly on 2 weeks of survival, Leo drives into the nearest infected nest and lets Perry get to work. All these zombies are absolutely nothing when it compares to Perry's lean, mean vehicular muscles. Boy,
This place looks like it sucks. Why would you ever go there? Is there some treasure there that I don't know about?
He does decide to back off. For a bit though. Just a little. Leo will be back.
Okay, so that's what copper ore looks like. A slightly darker coloured one. So if we want to farm copper for grindstones to repair our katana, we just need to drive over them. And
why use a pickaxe when you have car?
so satisfying to use. Electric katana. Our second red dose. Nice. Now where did I put the first one? That's the question. Nice. Reduced durability cost of melee weapons by 30%. So now, when I repair this, after I make some copper plates, it should last much longer.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Leo stares into the bounties of his furnace, more metal than any one man would ever need, and falls asleep peacefully, covered in the dust and grime of his productivity. On day 15, Leo cuts down trees until he is exhausted, so tired, Leo too tired, and builds a rather rubbish wall. He also crafts his own grindstones, but can he grindstone his own existence, hone and refine himself? He needs to get out, do something, anything. He jumps into Perry and shoots off into the desert, losing himself a little bit in the sand and hot sun.
I'm a horse with no name, but do. Hello, Hulk. What's good, bud?
Then he stumbles across something he has never seen before and hopefully never will again.
My god. What is that thing? What is that? Oh, it's coming for me. Okay.
He reaches the supermarket, goes shopping, then returns to the old days by sleeping on the cold, wet floor surrounded by his beloved Spam. Perry falls asleep with the sound of the rain in his ears and the smell of Spam on the air. What a fantastic combination. On day 16, Leo heads over to the old car park to rejuvenate Perry with new wheels, a new battery, new everything. His car deserves nothing but the absolute best. Once Perry is alive and feeling better than ever, Leo heads south to the containers marked on his map. Once he's used Perry to crush the tank, he uses the keycard to open the container and finds a bounty.
The rabies patient is subdued after scratching and biting several people. The patient completely lost the ability to speak and kept screaming, symptoms consistent with advanced rabies.
He picks up an RPK, a Remington shotgun, and an entire container of lager. A whole thing of lager.
Bring the car around. Bring the car around.
A single pan in the weapon rack inside the container. Nice one. He opens a container and out pops a tank. Leo runs for the hills, absolutely terrified.
Oh my god, run.
Thankfully, the solution is simple enough. Just get into Perry, then crawl into the beer-filled container and fall asleep surrounded by delicious, delicious lager. The tank can be dealt with tomorrow morning.
Where did that thing go? There it is. Come and meet your maker. Nice. Our guy was hoarding the hoard of canned fruit. And more iron machetes than you could ever need.
On day 17, he takes care of the tank, loots some more containers, then heads south to another supermarket, kills some zombies, and continues his looting ways. It's a good idea to pause here for some reflection as Leo drives back home in the dark, I have never made one of these long videos before. I had never even played Zed Zone to this extent. The entire process is a long but pretty rewarding experience. I hope you're enjoying the video, and if you have already fallen asleep, then good night, just like our little Leo here. Home sweet home. Leo is exhausted. Let's go to bed. On day 18, Leo does literally nothing but organise his chests of meat, guns and other bits and pieces. This really does take him an entire day. Leo loses his mind in the boxes, and then falls asleep. On day 19, Leo decides he's going to head back over to one of those darling red circles on the map to see what the hell is going on over there. He spends the entire day mowing down monsters and crushing them with Perry. It is a very cathartic experience. He enjoys it very, very much. Chaos. The bush, not the bush, Leo, not the bush, the car. Thank you. I never said that. Jesus. Antique finally comes in handy. I just disassembled it. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Don't know about that. Don't remember where I killed the big guy. Leo's destruction is complete. He has killed every single infected in the area. Does he feel fulfilled? No, but he is quite tired, so he heads back to bed. Of course, he is one sleepy boy. What is this thing? I shall go there. It is quite the journey, but we can manage it. I had a small break in recording here, and when I loaded the game up, it said it was day 22, so I must have miscounted. Hey, I told you, this is my first time doing this. Goodbye day 20 and day 21. You vanished into thin air. Poor days. As you've just seen, Leo is heading out on day 22 to visit a mysterious building very, very far away. The journey is long and perilous. It's also the final journey Leo will ever make. Well, sort of. First of all, Leo and Perry stop to beat the hell out of a tank and raid some more containers. They're gonna need the guns. An M249. Well then. Leo also wants to show you some of his new slick grappling hook execute skills. Enjoy. But damn. Grappling hook into execute. Pretty dirty. If you are reading this letter, then I might be dead. If it is you who killed me, I want you to know that you are a piece of shit. If not, this is my favourite rifle. Good luck. Wow, thanks, bud. I chopped your head off. Wow, so much stuff. While others at work, I'm preparing for Judgment Day. In the past, others thought I was crazy. What about now? Ha! Who's laughing at last? Me. I am. Let's fall asleep in a bed of machetes. Or not. Don't seem to be able to sleep directly on the machetes, so let's sleep in here. They kill the tank, loot the container, get another RBK, rinse and repeat. Leo is an expert now. Oh, tank, where are you? Another one down. Oops, forgot to get my keycard. Another RBK. Okay. On they head towards the mysterious building. The place is shrouded in a green radioactive cloud. What is this place? Leo heads inside and presses a button. And oh god, all hell breaks loose. Oh. Okay. That's so loud. There's a windmill guy in there too. Time to go ham. Leo. Get fully healed up. Alright, let's kick some ass.
Leo enters almost an entire mag of RPK into the windmill head, but the bullets mostly bounce off. He does a couple of acrobatic grappling hooks and leaps over some fences to retreat to Perry. He needs to compose himself. This guy is difficult to kill. Okay, that guy's pretty hard to kill. Come back here, windmill man. Yes, he's dead. Portable gasoline generator. Petrol generator that can power the device. I see. The metal windmill spinning monster dude dropped a generator, which Leo remembers he needs for the boat. Lights flash on in his head. Another one. Oh my god, destroyed. A water jet engine. Maybe I do have enough to go to the boat. On the rack outside the building is a water jet engine. He tries to remember what he needed. Big bucket, water jet engine, components, a generator. Maybe he can escape. Maybe Leo can get off the island. Before he can even think about the boat, Leo needs to begin the long trek home, and Perry is running dangerously low on fuel. A trip to the gas station is necessary. It turns out to be a nightmare. At our old car park once again. Oh god, there's two of them. There's two of them. Yes, that's right. There are two tanks guarding the petrol. Oh boy. To compose himself, Leo drives off into the wilderness a little bit and puts his sleeping bag on the floor, hopeful that neither tank is going to chase him into the woods. He catches a few hours of restless sleep before driving back to the petrol station in the light of morning. Eat spam for breakfast. Unfortunately, the tanks have not gone anywhere. Oh dear. Leo finds himself in a slightly difficult situation. Perry has no petrol left and he is stuck inside the car whilst the tank destroys his entire surroundings. Hey, we did it. Oh my god, another one. Go away, go away. Leave me alone. Not like this. Perry, no. It's gonna be okay, Perry. Okay. And he killed himself on Perry. Yes, Perry. You win those, Perry. Remember when I said cars were overpowered in this game? Yes, that's right. The tank actually just killed itself by bashing repeatedly into the muscles of Perry. What a car. Literally pulled the Uno reverse, call an ambulance, not for me meme. Perry, you have been a saviour on this run, and I just want to take this moment to thank you personally from the bottom of my heart, for me and for Leo. What an incredible unit you have been. Leo arrives home and begins assembling the necessary components to launch the boat and escape this cursed island once and for all. Home sweet home. Maybe we can actually do this. Portable gasoline generator, water jet engine, big plastic bucket, wood, mechanical components, alloy sheet. Alloy sheet. Now that is a pickle. 20 iron tubes, 100 copper wire, 20 mechanical components, 100 metal sheets, alloy sheets, I hope they're the same thing. The wood is already in the car, big plastic bucket, portable gasoline generator and a water jet engine. That should be everything. Beautiful clean passage, that one. Here's if you find out if the alloy sheets are actually alloy sheets or metal sheets. So as you might be aware, you can't actually make alloy sheets in this version of the game, not quite yet, which means I did cheat them in. I'm just going to leave that disclaimer now, end the video here. Nah, don't do that because it's a beautiful ending. But yes, I did add alloy sheets to my inventory. Well, it's for Leah. Damn. Electromagnetic railgun. Mysterious dagger. Early access pass. A dagger crafted from mysterious material seems to never break. And so Leo's ordeal on the island comes to an end. He has the choice to stay and fight with his new weapons, or he can flee on the ocean to find pastures new. Leo takes one last look back at Perry, the real hero, the real winner of the entire run. Then he kicks the engine of the boat to life and disappears over the horizon, with only one little glance back at a little police car on the sand.